Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Friday the 30th of August. So last day of the month trading wise, we may see some volume adjustments later this afternoon particularly, but aside of that, really just looking at this euro first, and well, it's continuing the sell off. It might find a bit of short-term support where it's sitting, and we may see a bit of a bounce, but technically otherwise I'll really have to come right out to the weeklies to see if I catch the weekly. Here we go, the weekly, and it really looks soft, and if it continues in this mode, well, we're looking down. I'm not going to say parity because that'll make too many people laugh, but at the moment, I was looking at the previous sort of levels was about that 108 area, but it's possible, certainly possible at the way it's going. It's slow, there's not a lot to cheer it up at the moment, and it's off its rolling. Unfortunately, intraday wise, it's not been the greatest of currencies to be looking at, and I've just left it alone. You could say you miss things out, but I'm sure that some of these spikes would take you out as well. For now, it may, is in the short term, just be finding better support of this S1. If it does, well, there's the daily pivot, which has got a reasonable probability. It doesn't get missed too frequently, but any sort of retracements may run eventually up to that sort of level. That, if you're looking just on the short side, you may be just thinking, well, I'll wait until it retraces back to 21.34 sort of area, or 34 area, and just wait for the retraces about, I don't know, 23, 24 pips in, I think, back to the pivot at the moment. So not a great deal, but as I say, there's a statistical possibility of that today. The pound, it's just come out to bigger time frames here, and it's continued in the sell zone. It's very choppy yesterday. It didn't really look. It doesn't credit how choppy it really was here. It looks a bearish pivot swing there at the end of the day there, and it's since, well, it's triggered that, looking soft, maybe even down to the weekly S1. Short term, I was looking more towards Wednesday's lows there, maybe the S1, but it seems to have shot off quite quickly here and heading south a little bit too quickly for me. So unless it gives me a decent retrace, I'll be leaving that at the moment. But certainly looks like it's got further downside. The dollar yen pushed up yesterday. Has it put a bottom in here? Has it got a bit of divergence? Let's have a look on the MACD there. Yeah, divergence. RSI divergence as well, probably, yes, ish. But certainly got a bit of divergence kicking across the lows there. Maybe if we're seeing the pound and euro selling off, and there's not a risk-based reason, then we could see this pushing up further. Looking at it down the time frames, where it's just retraced back to the 4-hourly 8s at the moment, and it's sort of pulled out. The problem I've had with the yen is the intraday currency recently. It's so often so flat that it'll have a move and then it just continues in consolidating. But maybe a break of the highs here, trend line across the highs here, may see it run up towards its R1 and that continuation of that slight upward trend. Okay, you can tell it's not my favourite. Aussie dollar's far from my favourite. It's more of a swing currency in my book. Still heading south here. No reason to expect it to do anything else at the moment. Technically, it's rolling over it's put a bearish pivot swing in there. It's just about to break that, looking soft. Maybe even eventually run down and retest these highs from the 25th. And Canadian dollar, another more swingy currency. There we go, still running in it, chopping along in this range here. Very difficult whilst it does. There's no real trend. It's intraday, it's quite bitty. I'll just bring down the 60-minute chart. I mean, yeah, it looked great yesterday morning, selling off strongly, then pushed back up, chopped all over the place. Not a clean currency to be trading in terms of trend, and intraday it can be quite snappy. We call it the widowmaker, or the trading pot loser, whichever. It draws people in and then spits them out. Okay, so really it's between the euro, the pound. If the pound gave me a retrace, I'd like to sell into it. At the moment, it's just going without me. So there we are. That's that. News-wise, just to confirm all the news, 10 o'clock, we've got inflation coming out, the CPI data for the Eurozone. Of course, we saw the German data yesterday, which disappointed. Canadian data coming at 130 GDP. That's a monthly figure. It doesn't give too much buzz around it, but we'll see. The Canadian dollar there. More important in terms of most of the pairings of the US based or backed is the personal spending there. US personal spending expected to pitch up a little bit from 0.3 previous to 0.5. Any positive surprises there may see the dollar being bought and vice versa, of course. The US economy does need to keep on ticking away, and that's a significant number really, as it's a very consumer driven market. Okay, Chicago PMI at 245. Not a lot else there that I'm interested in. So there we go. That's it for today. I wish you a great one. I wish you a very great good weekend. And if you're in the US or celebrating Labor Day on Monday, have a great Monday. And I'll be back on Monday. Take care. Bye for now.